Apple's AI lag has Needham's Laura Martin warning investors to be cautious heading into the print. Remember, she downgraded shares to hold back in June. It was captivating everyone's attention. Laura joins us now. And I mean, it was a good call, Laura, but now going into earnings, I guess a similar question for you is, has that bar now reset low enough that Apple can kind of, remind people it still puts out a ton of cash, it still makes a lot of money, people still buy iPhones, and, is that good enough?
So our note out today is really trying to be additive on this. It's our feeling that they cannot stay on the defensive or on the sidelines with generative AI, and that the next shoe to drop here is they actually have to articulate a comprehensive generative AI strategy, which will involve hundreds of billions of dollars, in our opinion, because all of their big tech competitors, we just saw Google raise its capex this year to $85 billion this year. Amazon's already at $105 billion of capex this year, and I expect them to raise it again. So that's the kind of, and Apple's spending $12 billion total. Wow. And as they have been for the last 3 years. So they're so far behind now that if they want to keep great full-time equivalents, not just the ones that are leaving to Meta, but if they want to keep great software engineers, they need to have generative AI for those cutting-edge employees to play with, because there's a lot of new things that are possible with generative AI. And if they don't adopt some of those, they're just going to have brain drain sort of structurally. So to have the best, and by the way, their key competitor here is Android, which is owned by Google. Right. And Google, on their call yesterday or the day before, all they talked about is how they're integrating Gemini and generative AI into every product they have, for most of all, Android. So I do not think Apple can stay by the sidelines, and catching up is going to be really expensive.
I just love to play devil's advocate on this one, to go back to this issue over and over. Okay, let's say I'm a shareholder. $12 billion sounds like a bargain, right? It's nothing, basically, compared with $85 billion by this other company. But again, I use these apps on my phone all the time, the AI apps, right? So is there a strategy of simply waiting it out, not burning a ton of cash now, and once it becomes clear, whatever the killer feature is for the Android phone or all the rest of it, I have to imagine they can copy quickly and copy pretty cheaply?
So, I'm happy to take the other side of that argument and say there's real existential risk here, because there are two players, iOS and Android. And if Android is going to integrate all of the latest Android, like Gemini and generative AI tools and features, the next time you replace your iPhone, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, that Android ecosystem is going to have more and more cool stuff in it. And then Apple starts losing its installed base. And I would argue that Apple's a single product company, that iOS, owning that iPhone, is what makes you buy the watch or the tablet or the Mac, that those are upsells to the iPhone. And services is 100% reliant on the iPhone being owned. So anything that threatens iPhone replacements or growth threatens actually the entire value of this company. Yeah. So it's unfortunate for Apple, bad luck, that the guy that's integrating generative AI first over at Google owns Android. So right. Android is going to rush ahead here.